All right, folks, I got a new reel from ARC. There you go, ARC. That is the Gravity G2 Baitcasting reel. This reel is priced at $100. I can't wait to share with you guys the specs. And of course, one thing I want to note, and you guys probably realize it, most of my unboxing videos is kind of like on a desk overview, but this time I'm doing it via in front of the camera so you guys can also see my facial expression. So yeah, try something new, especially with a new reel for 2025. So let's get this video started. All right, folks. So yeah, this reel is gonna be priced at $99.99. It's gonna be available at the end of February, which I'm gonna schedule this video for end of February anyway. And yeah, if you guys are looking into a reel that's under $100, this might be a cool reel for you guys to get because, you know, a lot of good brands out there, right? They put all the features in the higher end model. And some of the more cheaper ones, well, they don't have it, right? Well, this one is gonna be neat because when it comes to ARC fishing reels, right? Some of you guys have watched my videos. I use the ARC Gravity BFS. I use the G8. Those reels have a unique braking system. They call it the gravity control braking system, which I'll show you guys if you guys haven't seen those other videos. But long story short, it's kind of like Shimano SLX, right? You have a budget reel, but they take a few features from the upper end models, throw it in there, kind of entice you to, you know, become a fan of Shimano. Well, same concept here, okay? So before I even show you this reel here, right? Our gravity control braking system is really cool, but I want to take a step back and talk about budget reels or reels that's like under $100, right? Usually those are magnetic braking reels and they sport something called mag track style. So you have a side plate, you have the magnets here, right? The magnets basically stay there and you control how close or far these magnets face the spool, and this is the Black Max, okay, from Abu Garcia. Okay, so yeah, every brand have it, even Daiwa and Shimano have them. Okay, you may not see some of them because some of them are offered in Japan, right? But yeah, a lot of casting reels, a lot of them, you know, they use those stuff, and it's basic. But this guy right here, and you can see it right here on the box, is a lot more unique, and we're gonna talk all about that. But anyway, let's talk about some of the specs. But I am looking at this box and man, it looks nice. Looks very, very nice. Let's see what else it says here. I guess it gives you all the specs in the back, which is nice. So I can just read it off right here. There's basically 2 speeds for these, okay, for this reel, okay. There's a 7-speed and 6-speed. And I got this guy here, and it does tell you the IPT, which is 28.1. That's really important. I know speed could be misleading depending on size spool, as some of you guys may have found out on Bait Finesse with small spools, right? So I always like to read the speed and also the IPT so you get a better understanding of the actual speed, right? Anyway, it says 12 pounds, can hold 100 yards. So this is basically a size 100 reel. I'm assuming that this spool here is going to be the same size as the other ones because so far, other than a BFS reel, which is a size 28mm spool, all the other Baitcasting reel standard size, they're all size 100. This guy here has 14 pounds of drag, weighs 7 ounces. It has 9 ball bearings. Okay, so anyway, let's open this baddie up. It's a very nice box. Okay. Ooh. All right, so let's put this on the side. All right, so here we are. Look at that. Let's see. No drag clicker. Okay. I like how the reel is not like max drag like some reels. Like some reels get shipped in and it's like everything's like very tight. But anyway, this is looking very nice. It feels very nice too. It does remind me of the SLX, like how it felt when the first few SLX, they had the matte paint. Okay, matte blackish on top, but the sides, they are like, you can say like kind of sparkly, but still matted. Okay. But yeah, everything, you know, looks very similar to their other bait casting reels. The handle knob, though, there is TPE, but the shape looks a little different. Definitely a little different than the ARC Gravity. Okay, BFS, that is. There are no clicking at the tension knob. Okay. Yeah, aluminum handle. This is carbon fiber for the star drag. Okay, I'm looking at the guide. Okay, the line guide. It is a oval and it is a vortex shape, so that's nice, very nice. And you can see that spool, it's ported pretty well, and I'll do some overlays because I will go back to the table and do some recording so you guys can see this better, okay? But I'm looking at this so far and I'm liking it, okay? Here's the external dial. That will control the brakes from the side plate going closer or further away from the spool, which I'll show you now. So at the bottom of the reel, there is a little switch right there, and the switch is in a position that I like, okay? It's not at the bottom, and also you have to pull down for the latch. Like there's some reels out there where they have the latch at the bottom and you push up to unlock, and that's really horrible for some rod holders, especially for my kayak fishing adventures, right? I have my back rod holders, and when you put it down, depending on how long your rod is, right, it may hit that switch right there, and it unlocks. And for side plates like, these right here, where it just falls right off, well, that's how you lose a side plate, right? So I'm glad that that switch is up there. And let's talk about a couple things here about the spool and the side plate. I'm gonna show you guys right now. That's how it looks like, okay? So I'm gonna start off by talking about the side plate since I have this guy here, okay? Once again, this is the Magtrax braking. You see that the magnets are facing that direction, okay, like facing one direction towards the spool. But this guy here, you see the magnets is not facing the actual spool itself. It's actually facing this guy here. There's a cup on the side of the spool, and there are some configurations here, so I want to talk about it in a bit. That would make this reel very unique compared to other reels out there in the market. But let's talk about the side plate for a second. You see these black portion right there, like shoes that holding the magnets. Well, this guy right here actually moves, especially when your spool is spinning very fast. It's gonna move closer to that cup right here, okay? And therefore applying more brakes. But when it doesn't need that stronger braking power, it's gonna reduce the braking by going back to original position. So let's talk about how that actually works, okay? So when you first cast your reel, like the initial cast, your spool spins the fastest, and you need to tame the over spooling aspect, right? So therefore it applies more brakes at the beginning. But once it slows down enough, you will want the power to be reduced so that it's not overpower braking and make your cast short, okay? Like applying too much brakes, it's gonna be making you suffer in casting distance, right? So by reducing the braking power when you don't need it, it's gonna allow you to have that further casting distance. So altogether, having a dynamic braking power being applied to your spool will allow you to control backlash a lot better, and then also allow you to achieve longer casting distance without having too much power when you don't need it. So it's very, very cool. You guys probably see this a lot in raWr, like the raWr, their mag force braking system, and they have so many different spools out there. It's very awesome. I love raWr for that reason. So yeah, that is very cool for the arc gravity control braking system, but that is only one portion of this braking system, okay? So dynamic braking on a side plate. All right, so let's talk about the second aspect of the gravity control braking system, and that is the spool. The spool got this red braking cup here that you can actually configure, okay? As you see, there's 3 numbers here, Roman numeral 1, 2, and 3. And if you guys look at the instruction, they tell you about the braking power. But if you guys don't want to read, you just want to watch Jumbo video, very easy. 1, meaning the least amount of brakes. 2, medium. And 3, the most. Pretty much you could leave it at 2 because 2 is like a normal braking reel, okay? In fact, I have the arc gravity bait finesse reel, also got the G8. I'm using 2 for all my instances. I'm pretty much happy with it. To change the setting on the spool is very simple, okay? Take a look at the cup, okay? You can see that there's Roman numerals 1, 2, and 3. You can see that there is a spring inside the spool, okay? You can push this cup and rotate. But if you look at the red spool, there is a hole in it, like a couple holes, okay? And also you look at the shaft, you see a ball on it. So what you want to do is push the cup in all the way, rotate, and you want to release the cup and have the hole that's on the red cup over that ball that's on the shaft, okay? And then once that is it's locked in place, you're good to go. But yeah, just leave it at Roman numeral 2, and that's all you really need. And if you guys need a tutorial on how to configure a magnetic braking reel, you guys should check out the video on the top right hand corner, I did a video on how to configure the Tatula 100. And I'm telling you, if you have a magnet breaking reel, you basically make the tension loose as possible for the spool, but there is no wiggle. And you just use the breaking dial on a side plate. And the method that I use will allow you to understand your reel in a quick manner. And I will portray this methodology when I do my cast testing video with this reel here. And you want to stay tuned for that. But if you want to become a very, very good bait casting user, right? Especially if you're into magnet breaking reels, check out the video. I promise you that methodology will allow you to pick up any reels and learn how to use it within a few minutes. Anyhow, let's weigh this spool. I have my trusty scale right there on the table. I'm gonna put this on and, ooh, wow, with the bearing, this spool here weighs 13 grams. So I am excited to use this. I feel like, because if you look at the spool, this is not like a super deep spool, although it's a size 100 reel, right? I would say that this guy here could do some finesse fishing. So there you have it, my unboxing video of the new Arc Gravity G2 bait casting reel. This budget reel here is gonna be really awesome. I think if you want to experience something a little bit different than the budget reels out there that has, mainly mag track breaking reels, give this one a shot. It's priced at $99.99, but here's some news for y'all, okay? I partner with Arc for 2025, and I will have a discount for y'all, 10% off if you use raWr Fishing during the checkout when you purchase this at Arc's website. So details in the video description below. You have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. Thank you for watching. The fish don't wait. Stay tuned for my casting video where I explore this reel here, see how well it casts, and then also I'll explore the breaks using my methodology on how to learn a new bait casting reel. Okay, like this is a fresh reel to me. I'm show you that this methodology will work on any reel. So stay tuned.